हाय एवरीवन, वेलकम टू पंजाब केसरी। मैं हूं आपके साथ नमिता सचदेव और आज हमारे साथ टीवी इंडस्ट्री कहूं, फिल्म इंडस्ट्री कहूं या फिर ओटीटी प्लेटफॉर्म यानी डिजिटल स्पेस की एक ऐसी एक्ट्रेस हैं जो हर जगह हैं, हर प्लेटफॉर्म पे वो नजर आ रही हैं। और आजकल तो भाई उनसे मैं कहूंगी मुखातिब होना मुश्किल हो गया था। वेल आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट वेरी टैलेंटेड एक्ट्रेस निधि सिंह विद अस। निधि, बहुत बहुत स्वागत है। क्या कैसी हैं?
Thank you for such a sweet introduction. Met you just in the middle of like a lot of things,
Okay.
but very good, not complaining at all.
So कहाँ से शुरुआत करूँ निधि, मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रहा है। Should I talk about गुड्डन first? Should I talk about राधिका? Or should I talk about खुशबू?
Really up to you. Really, what you want to talk about?
तो आप बताइए, 2020 में कहूंगी अगर किसी के लिए सबसे अच्छा रहा है ना, amidst of this pandemic we all are going through, तो वो निधि के लिए रहा है ना?
Oh God, I'm not looking at it like that at all. क्योंकि परिवार तो हमने लास्ट ईयर शूट किया था, सो एंड फाइनली अब वो आ रहा है, तो आई एम जस्ट ग्लैड इट हैज रिलीज्ड. इट जस्ट सो हैपेंस बाय चांस दैट इट रिलीज्ड एट अ टाइम लाइक दिस व्हेन पीपल आर रियली heavily consuming the digital medium. So that just happens to be by a good chance. So yeah, but it has had its duration and its struggles, like so yeah, that Parivar we shot last year. And somehow, yes, I have been kind of keeping busy in the middle of all of this, and I'm very thankful for that.
And tell us something about your character in Abhay too also. We would really love to listen about that.
So I play an officer, IPS officer, Khushbu, who's a part of a special task force, and she gets transferred to Lucknow because she's a decent officer, and to be under Abhay Pratap Singh's command, who is a celebrated STF officer. And so she's a new recruit, so that's how she's introduced in the series. And then they solve the cases as a team that they solve. And so my reason for doing a character like Khushbu was, I'm always, as you can see, like the rest of the characters that I've played, I'm usually either offered something which is sweet, romantic, and dramatic, emotional. Of course, comedy also gets offered to me a lot. So I'm mostly looked at like that by creators. And I myself, I come from a family of administrators and bureaucrats. So for me, to play somebody who is working who's an IPS officer, and she is working for the country and fighting crimes, was something that I really want to play a character like that. And I really want to play a character that is gender agnostic. It could be a man or a woman, it doesn't matter. She's an officer, and that is something that I really wanted to play. That has got, and when Khushbu came to me, and I thought, I can really because there is no emotion as such when you're on duty. You're an officer on duty. There's no emotion as such. You have to kind of take calls and be on your toes and do the job. It's like, it's very hard hitting. It's very rough and cool. So I really wanted to do something like that. And then this opportunity came, and I thought, that would be a great way for me. And of course, somebody like Kunal, I really wanted to work with Kunal, and he's such a fine performer. And Ken, so I, really love him, and he and I had been trying to work together for a while, and then finally this happened. So I thought, maybe this is the best thing to collaborate with them on. And so I took the chance, and yeah.
अच्छा, एक डायलॉग बड़ा फेमस हो रहा है खुशबू का कि दो चीजों को अंडर एस्टिमेट नहीं करना चाहिए, क्राइम और बीमारी. एंड व्हाट अबाउट एक और चीज भी है जिसको अंडर एस्टिमेट नहीं करना चाहिए, जानते हैं ना आप? पावर ऑफ अ कॉमन मैन.
Common man, of course, but she's a common woman who's saying that. So I think it all comes together. She is saying that, and coming from a common woman, something like that. Power of a common man, true.
वैसे ऐसा किरदार करना जो आपने पहले ना किया हो या अपने कंफर्ट जोन से बाहर आके आपने इस तरह का किरदार किया, एक ऑफिसर की भूमिका निभाई, एंड यू हैव वेरी ब्यूटीफुली एक्सप्लेन्ड कि हाउ यू फेल्ट अबाउट प्लेइंग द कैरेक्टर. बट हर किरदार के अपने अलग चैलेंजेस होते हैं ना. इफ यू टॉक एज अ पर्सन, हमारे अंदर जब हमें कोई चीज बाहर निकालनी पड़ती है या किसी अलग किरदार को प्ले करना होता है, सो व्हाट ऑल आर द चैलेंजेस दैट यू हैव फेस्ड प्लेइंग खुशबू इन अभय 2?
So the thing is that I am by nature I'm very emotional, and the nature of crimes was very graphic. So it was very difficult for me to be very straight faced throughout. So somewhere Ken sir saw that, and he was like, yes, because at the end of the day, even an officer is human. They will. Especially when the crime is so ghastly and it is disgusting as it is, so you will have a human attachment, not attachment but a human reaction to it as well, and that is what enrages you or drives you, or gives you purpose, to be a better officer, or to fight crime harder. So Ken sir used that, and he said that you keep it. You don't have to be very tough. You keep vulnerable. If whatever you're feeling when you see, you keep that. And but sometimes he would tell me to dial it down and be a little stronger in my delivery and all of that. So he really helped me with that. क्योंकि वो थोड़ा difficult था. Because my first reaction to everything was always a little bit, I was affected by it, and I had to be a little stoic. So I during shooting Abhay, I understood like that balance. When you have to be just stoic enough because you're an officer and you need to be a little no nonsense, but you also are human and you understand the pain. So So, she's patient, but like just enough. And then she has a point and she triggers, and then she yells. So, Ken sir kind of made that happen.
And you told us कि कुणाल खेमू और Ken sir के साथ काम करने का एक्सपीरियंस कैसा रहा? This series has got tremendous star cast, मैं कहूँगी. Ensemble cast, राम ज्वाल है इसमें, आशा नेगी है, राम कपूर है, ना very different अवतार. तो उन सबके साथ भी काम करने का एक्सपीरियंस या शूटिंग एक्सपीरियंस मैं जानना चाहूँगी. निधि का कैसा रहा?
I mean, they're really fun people. They're really fun. तो उनके साथ बहुत मजा तो आया ही. That is one thing, and thank God, because we are going through a global pandemic, and there's this sense of anxiety all over. But they're really funny, and they just laugh at everything. And जो scene है उसमें इतना सब कुछ serious चल रहा था, but off camera there were so many jokes, and we would laugh. We would get into splits, और so वो सब बहुत होता था. तो thank God. It broke the how somber everything had become. How and it can get a bit monotonous. So it did break the monotony of it all. And so I was very, very grateful that these were really fun bunch of people. Be it Ken or Kunal. Kunal is so goofy. When I would be saying my lines straight face and the camera is not on him, he would make faces at me. I was like, what are you doing? Because it would be so difficult for me to say my lines, because इस तरह मैं बात नहीं करती हूँ ना कि सर फोरेंसिक्स की प्रिलिमिनरी रिपोर्ट आ गई है और ये वो, और मुझसे वर्ड्स नहीं बोले जा रहे हैं, ऑल ऑफ दैट, एंड ही वुड लाइक बी लाइक from the other side, like he'd be like a clown. And so that, but he's such a fine artist. Like he would do that, and then he would immediately switch back into his mode, and he say lines so emphatically. तो मजा भी आया और बहुत सीखने के लिए भी मिला, because Ken sir has been in the industry for such a long time and he has so much experience. So he would, tell me a lot of nuanced little things. And Ram sir also, I had one scene with him, unfortunately, but he's a darling of a man. So, and Asha she's such a beautiful person. So I had an absolute blast working with all of them.
अच्छा, आपके तीनों ही मैं अगर सीरीज की बात करती हूँ तो परिवार या अभय 2 या फिर जो डिजिटल डिवोर्स पे बेस्ड है आपकी वकालत फ्रॉम होम, वो तो अल्टीमेट है. मतलब ये जो अगर मैं डिजिटल डिवोर्स की बात करूँ, मतलब कैसे हो गया ये? क्या क्या मेहनत करनी पड़ी डिजिटल डिवोर्स लेने के लिए?
This idea came upon Rohan Sipri and Anwar Pal, and being the mad people that they are, they decided what if someone is going through a proper human crisis, but they get stuck in a lockdown, and They have to go through a Zoom call to sort it out. And then it started like that. And then they told us the idea, and we all loved it, and we jumped on board. And while we were doing, like, we were brainstorming on the idea, and Anwar would bring the script, like rework on it, bring it, then we would read it on a Zoom call. हमने कुछ एक महीने तो इसकी rehearsal की है, क्योंकि because yeah, each episode is a single take. So we had to actually, it was like performing in a play, but we didn't have a stage and we didn't have an audience to react to kind of gauge our performance through, because audience reactions gives you a good feedback as to how it's going. But we had to kind of behave like we are on stage, so that really very sitcomish feel without the audience, So that's what happened, and we would brainstorm, and it was a true collaboration. It really felt like one of the purest collaborations I've ever had, because everyone's idea was welcome, because we were so alien to this way of working, where you are responsible for every single thing. And Rohan is I'm so lucky that I got to work with him, because he's such a master in his craft, but he's such a good human, and he was so patient with me. Oh my God, because I had questions for everything, and he would patiently listen to it. They would listen.
Sorry? Girls do have a lot of questions, है ना? हमेशा होते हैं बहुत सारे.
I don't know if girls do. I don't know if all girls do. But I am somebody who has a lot of questions always. I've always been like that. So, and on top of that, I had to deal with my lighting or camera or angle, or which angle in the house works and all of that. Now the whole world knows my entire house now. If you've seen Wakalat Promo. So, so he would help me through all of it very patiently. So it was a really fun team. And again, Kubra, Gopal, Sumit, of course, like really fun bunch of actors, and very sweet, yeah. Like we were all asking each other, groceries hai ki nahi, liya ki nahi, kuch chahiye kya, acha main dekhte ho, kaise bhijwa sakte hain, all of that stuff. So that happened also. We became each other's agony aunts for that time, venting to each other and all that. And I was very lucky because I lived completely alone. So I was so lucky that I got to be around these people in a time like that. So it kind of became a family to me, during my pandemic lockdown, because I was completely alone. So they would get worried also for me. Are you fine? How are you managing?
So लॉकडाउन में तो बड़ी परेशानी हुई होगी, मतलब जो लोग भी सिंगल या बिल्कुल अकेले रह रहे थे उनके लिए तो पैंडेमिक में लाइक इट वाज लाइक है ये क्या हो गया टाइप, है ना? तो वो
the thing is कि मैं अकेली रहती हूँ, तो मेरे लिए it was just another day in the beginning, because I was like कि हाँ ठीक है. So I used to joke and I used to tell all my friends who were panicking that welcome to my life. This is my life when my friends are busy and my family is not free. This is how I live. I'm at home for days if I'm not working. So, but obviously the thing that brought you anxiety was the constant news, and you could not, keep yourself, you had to keep yourself up to date, so you could not even completely shut it down. So, difficulty, पता है किस चीज में होती थी कि सफाई भी करनी होती थी, खाना भी बनाना होता था, काम भी करना होता था. वो मेरे लिए सबसे बड़ी डिफिकल्ट चीज थी, क्योंकि उसमें मेरा सबसे ज्यादा रोना निकलता था कि मैं झाड़ू भी करूँ, पोछा भी करूँ, काम भी करूँ, तो और मैं किसी पे चिल्ला भी नहीं सकती कि व्हाट इज गोइंग ऑन. तो गोपाल सर यूज्ड टू मेक फन ऑफ मी. गोपाल यूज्ड टू से जाओ शीशे में जाओ और चिल्ला, क्या झाड़ू ठीक से नहीं लगा है.
ये बेस्ट वे आउट होता है, खुद का फ्रस्ट्रेशन शीशे के सामने जाके निकाल दो. तो वही है, सब चीजों का मुझे लगता है लाइफ में एक्सपीरियंस होना चाहिए, और 2020 में तो हमको काफी कुछ सिखा दिया है. तो अगर मैं बात करती हूँ क्वारंटीन में क्या क्या नया किया था आपने, लाइक किन चीजों की डिस्कवरीज की थी आपने अपने अंदर या घर को लेके, तो वो क्या चीजें रही थी निधि?
ये पहली डिस्कवरी है कि मेरे किचन में नेचुरल लाइट बेस्ट आती है. दूसरी डिस्कवरी ये थी कि खाना तो कोई नहीं बना रहा तुम्हारे लिए, तो खुद ही बनाना पड़ेगा. अब जो तुम सुबह उठ के प्लान करके बनाओ या तुम रोते रोते शाम को बनाओ, बनाना तो पड़ेगा.
सही बात है.
क्योंकि मम्मी से तुम टैंट्रम तो थ्रो कर लोगे, बट खाना अपने आप थोड़ी बनेगा, बनाना तो पड़ेगा ही. So, very basic things, yeah. And I think, jokes aside, I live alone, and I did not want to constantly feel bad about it. I wanted to enjoy it. And I think during the pandemic, I got enough time where I could make a routine for myself and kind of stick to it and, enjoy myself. Like I gave that, that benefit of the doubt to myself that, hey, you did a good job, you should be proud of yourself. So that I think somewhere that relationship mending with your own self that happened with me during the pandemic.
तो नेगेटिविटी में से किस तरह से आपने पॉजिटिविटी खोज निकाली विच वाज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एट दैट टाइम, ये मुझे लगता है मैं निधि से सीखना चाहिए. अच्छा निधि, आई वाज लाइक रियलाइजिंग वन फैक्ट कि आपने गजराज राव, विजय राज, रणवीर शौरी, कुणाल खेम, उन सबके साथ अलग अलग जगहों पे काम किया. आपको लूटकेस में होना चाहिए था सबके साथ एक साथ.
No, but Rasika Engineering, she's brilliant, yeah. Rasika, I worked with Rasika also, by the way, in Permanent Roommates.
Oh yes.
She is there in the second season for one episode, and she's absolutely fantastic. नहीं, मतलब I'm very happy to be working with such brilliant artists. But I got to work with them individually, अलग-अलग experiences में. अब मुझे पता है सबसे ज्यादा मन के साथ काम करने का है राजेश कृष्णन, because मैं उनकी इतनी बड़ी फैन हूँ. क्योंकि मेरा बैकग्राउंड एडवर्टाइजिंग का है.
अच्छा.
मैंने शुरुआत जब ग्रेजुएशन के बाद मैंने 2 साल जे वॉल्टर थॉमसन में काम किया था, और उस टाइम मैं फिल्म डिपार्टमेंट में थी. तो उस टाइम हम लोगों को, तो हमारा काम ये होता था कि वी वंस द कॉपी इज अप्रूव्ड बाय द क्लाइंट, so we figure out which director is the best, in terms of budget and also in terms of sensibility. So my job was the best job in the world. My initial job was to go and watch all the showreels of all the directors.
Okay, nice.
So that was the job that was given to me, and it was a party because I loved it. The ad that they had made, and I still remember Rajesh Krishnan's reel was always on top of the shelf for me, because I used to watch his reel multiple times because he was brilliant. His ads were brilliant.
Why me carry you? He has made such advertisements.
Yes, absolutely brilliant guy. So I got to watch some really interesting filmmakers, and I'm so glad like today they are like Shrujit Da being one of them. Shrujit Da was such a fine ad filmmaker, and he would like, इतने प्यार से बनाते थे वो एक एक ad को, इतने खुशी से बनाते थे, and that reflects in his even the movies that he makes. So I got to watch some really brilliant talents in my initial years, I would say. So Rajesh Krishnan is the person that I want to collaborate with now, because I'm such a huge fan of this.
And ये इंटरव्यू मैं पर्सनली राजेश कृष्णन जी को भेजने वाली हूँ फिर.
Yay! Although I spam him so much and he's too sweet, he's always responding to me very sweetly, so I spam him enough anyway. He's like, yeah, मैं पीछे पड़ गई.
I still remember his interview when at the time of Loot Case मैंने उनको इंटरव्यू किया, and he's a gem kind of a person, man. मतलब कि वो इतना एक्सपीरियंस होने के बाद इतने डाउन टू अर्थ होके आपसे बात करना, कन्वर्स करना, that's really amazing.
Yeah, and he's so funny. He's like the funniest person you'll ever meet.
Actually.
Yeah.
अच्छा, और कौन से अभी किरदार है? स्ट्रॉन्ग वुमन का ऑफिसर वाला किरदार तो निधि ने कर लिया, और राधिका का किरदार कर लिया. एक मतलब बड़ी हैप्पी गो लकी लड़की है, लेकिन उसको डिजिटल डिवोर्स चाहिए, उसको नया पति चाहिए तो चाहिए, है ना. परिवार में भी हमने आपको गुड्डन के रोल में देख लिया. अभी और कौन से किरदार में करना चाहते हो निधि?
करना तो बहुत कुछ चाहती हूँ, बट फिलहाल मेरे पास जो है मैं उसको ठीक से करना चाहती हूँ. There is one story that I have waited to be a part of for the past 2 years, and finally we are going to be, working on it, which is the second season of Apharan. So I'm very, very pumped for that. And just before Apharan, I am shooting for a political thriller / drama, which is also something that, I have wanted to be a part of, something, very different from what my real life is, and I'll be shooting that in less than a week now, so I'm very nervous also. After the interview I have to go, do my homework. So yeah, I want to do those two very well. So Dark Seven White and Apharan 2. अब मैं सोती भी उनकी थॉट से, उठती भी उसी के थॉट से. अब मैं एम लिविंग दोस टू कैरेक्टर्स, you know. One, sometimes I'm thinking like Ranjana, sometimes I'm thinking like my character in Dark Seven White. So I want to do that right, and I want to just give it my best.
आपको उसके ही आते होंगे ना?
यार सपने मेरे कभी कभी ऐसे मोस्टली मुझे सपने आते नहीं है, बहुत रेयर होता है मुझे सपने आते हैं, और आते हैं तो मुझे बहुत प्रोमिनेंटली याद होते हैं. और as I told you, मैं रियल लाइफ में बहुत ड्रामेटिक हूँ. तो फिलहाल मेरे सपने तो अब मेरे ही लाइफ के आ रहे हैं. अब जब भी आते हैं तो.
अच्छा, कोई रीसेंट सपना बताना चाहोगे अपने फैंस को?
यार मेरे रीसेंट सपने में ना, मैंने आई थिंक इसका कुछ मीनिंग होता है, बट आई सॉ स्नेक.
अच्छा, हाँ.
So that's what I think day before I saw a snake. So Mama's first question was, did you put your alarm off and go back to sleep? I was like, yeah, I think I dozed off for a bit. But what had happened was, I'm an early riser generally. So I wake up by 7:15, 7:30 max. I'll wake up. But because of my shoot for Abhay, I was waking up at like 4 in the morning, sometimes 3:30 in the morning, sometimes 5 in the morning. So, you know, because of those hours, my sleep cycle is a little broken. So even if I sleep late, I wake up pretty early on my own. So around 5 o'clock or something, I woke up and I had nothing to do on that day. I just had to do my whatever, my homework, जो मेरा भी shoot का है, उसका पूरा workshop वगैरह वो करना था. तो I woke up and I was like, अरे मैं इतनी जल्दी क्यों उठ गई? And I tried to go back to sleep, and then I woke up because I was like, अरे where is the snake? I just saw a snake. So I thought, I was like, wow, I just saw a snake in my dream. She's like, वापस सोई थी? And I thought, yeah, never sleep again, never. You have to wake up the minute your body is up. I was like, okay. So she made it very scientific. She didn't give me any reason, but apparently seeing a snake means something.
Seeing a snake in a dream, जितना मैं ड्रीम इंटरप्रिटेशन को जानती हूँ ना, वो ये मतलब होता है कि आपको लॉट्स एंड लॉट्स ऑफ सक्सेस मिलने वाली है. भगवान शिव की कृपा आप पे हो गई है क्योंकि.
Oh my God! Thank you. Yeah, and it was a very sweet snake. Like, it was not charging at me; it was just around, and I was like, "Oh, okay, weird snake."
बड़ा क्यूट स्नेक था यार, इतना क्यूट स्नेक.
Yeah, it was a very sweet snake.
So thank you so much, Nidhi, for talking such wonderfully to us on Punjab Kesari and all the very
strange things. I have never said such things in an interview.
Something happens from inside, है ना, इसलिए भी होता है ऐसा.
Yeah, but thank you for asking such fun questions.
Thank you so much, Nidhi, once again. All the very best.
It was lovely talking to you. Take care. See you.